I'm Eric Eisenman, and I'm a massage expert here at Vibrant, Arizona to give you some tips on relaxation and restful sleep using Japanese massage therapy. These techniques are also helpful if you're experiencing foot pain, leg pain, backaches, and even headaches and migraines. But today we're going to focus on a simple 3 to 5 minute Japanese foot massage that you can do anywhere, anytime. And it's especially beneficial right when you wake up in the morning or as you're going to bed to get that restful sleep. So let's start. The first step, we're just going to place our fingers on the tops of our foot. And I've got my handy dandy skeleton socks here to illustrate a little more closely. So we're going to place the tops of our fingers on the tops of our foot, wrap our hands around so that the heels meet the bottom, and give a nice gentle squeeze. We're going to continue that squeeze 3 or 4 times until we reach the base of the heel. Once we do that, our second step are some compressions. By using the heel of my hand, placing that at the ball of my foot, just lean in and create some pressure and compressions, continuing up the arch of the foot. When I reach the base of the heel, I'm going to rest my fingers at the toes, heel of the hand at the base of the heel of the foot, and lightly stroke through the arch. Increasing pace will create friction and heat. So I'll just keep increasing that pace until I feel enough heat being generated. Once that happens, I can slow down the pace, increase the pressure to a medium pressure, and then finally to a deeper pressure. When I move into a deeper pressure, I'm going to change my contact point from the heel of my hand to a little bone on the wrist called the pisiform. Now that bone you can find just by traveling the pinky to the edge of the wrist, and you can find that little bony protrusion right there. Use that, first starting in the arch of the foot. Again, resting my fingers on the toes. Lean in and just take a nice, deep, heavy stroke through that muscle of the arch. You can continue this 3 to 5 times, and then we're going to move over right in between the first and second bones of the foot called metatarsals. So 3 to 5 strokes in the arch, moving over, again keeping my fingers rested on the toes, deeper strokes in between the first and second bones of the foot, continuing to the second and third, fourth and fifth, and repeat if you like. Now the next step, we're going to do some thumb kneading. How we do this, placing the fingers over the tops of the foot again, taking our thumbs, I'm going to start at the top of the foot here. Now it's important that we don't use the strength of the thumb to create pressure. You'll wear out your thumb and it gets tired very easily. So the technique Japanese use, we're going to roll the wrist and arm over instead of using the smaller thumb muscle. So resting my fingers over the tops of the foot, I'll start in the middle here and just roll my wrist over, also curling the foot over to create some deeper pressure into the foot. Now I can do this alternately with either hand, or I can do it simultaneously to create even deeper pressure. So I'm going to start out with some light kneading through the arch and continuing through the rest of the bottom of the foot. And you can continue that until your thumbs start to get tired, and then we'll move into some deeper, slower pressure, simultaneously placing both thumbs right in the middle of the foot, rolling the foot in, continuing through in between all the bones of the foot. So once we're done with the thumb kneading, we're going to move directly into some deeper point work. There's just a couple of points to note. Right underneath the ball of the foot, in the center, you can find it either by curling the toes up or curling the foot in. There's this nice little pocket right at the base of the ball of the foot. Take both thumbs right on that point, curl both wrists in and the feet over, and you're hitting kidney point 1. This is a point that calms the mind, releases energy. It's called gushing springs. So just for a nice relaxed breath, hold that point. And then if you like, you can continue that deep pressure through the rest of the foot. When you reach the heel, right in the center of the heel is an extra point in Japanese acupuncture that's amazing for insomnia and also heel pain and plantar fasciitis. So what I do is I rest my foot on my fingers, place my thumb right on that point, and then again slightly curl my wrist in so that I really get to that point. Now just be aware this point might be it might be sensitive if you are experiencing plantar fasciitis. If that's the case, it's a good point to work. Just be gentle and work through it over time. It'll start to release for you. The next and final step are stretches now. We want to have the bones in the foot moving. So the first stretch, I'm going to take again, the heel of my palm, right underneath the toes, wrap my fingers around to grab the balls of my feet, place my other hand over for support, take a breath, and on the exhale, pull back on the toes and feet. The next stretch, placing the fingers over the top of the foot, curling the toes over, to create a nice stretch on the top of the foot. The third stretch, I'm going to support the last bone of the foot with my left hand behind, taking the heel of my other hand on the ball of the foot, compressing down. So down with my right hand, up with my left hand, creating a nice stretch in the foot there. And then finally, grasping the last bone with my right hand, pulling up as I'm pushing down with my left hand, creating that nice stretch. The last little tip that I'd like to offer is sometimes people with arthritis aren't able to do some of these massage techniques. Maybe your thumbs are getting a little tired. Feel free to use any sort of massage tool like this little nice UFO roller. This little tool is wonderful for getting in between the bones of the foot. I have a wonderful little marble egg that's wonderful to roll over. And if you don't have any of those, just grab a golf ball. These are great. You can roll them around the foot, give yourself a hand massage at the same time, and then also grasp that golf ball to move in between the bones of the foot, just like you would with any of the other tools or your hands or thumbs. Thank you so much for watching. If you like these tips, please subscribe. And I'd love to hear from you, so please leave a comment below. See you next time.